I would like at this time to call the meeting to order and to ask Rabbi Joseph Kellman to bring the invocation.
Father of heaven, sometimes in the world you created, O God, it is a man who honors a place. At other times, the place honors a man. Tonight, we're here to honor both the place and the men and women who will help bring honor to the new city of Mississauga. The citizens of this new city, O God, have made a choice. Tonight, we ask you in your godly wisdom to affirm the intelligence of this decision made in freedom by showering your blessings upon the new leaders to be formally installed. May they always be blessed with inspiration to dedicate their activities on behalf of their fellow citizens, so that the work of their hands, the feelings of their hearts, the work of their minds will ensure that during their term of office, they will bring honor to the citizens they represent, and in turn, Mississauga will be blessed by its new council, just as we ask for God's blessings now by saying, O God, give us fearless leaders to meet the trials of life with faith and vision, leaders who dare to do right and yield not truth to wealth or power. O Lord, give us righteous leaders who are just, who are free, who respond to their brothers' needs, who work together with resolute will to speed the approach of thy kingdom on earth. With such to guide us, our faith shall never fail, our courage never falter, our future is assured. God bless the new council and the city of Mississauga. Amen.
Have for the past 10 weeks demonstrated their goodwill and determination in Ontario, who is sporting a delightful tan and a well-deserved one, William Grenville Davis. Next to Mr. Davis is, to steal a term that Nate Phillips used to use so well, the mayor of all the people of the city of Mississauga, Martin L. Rudd. Proceeding through the council by wards, the member of council for Public, Harold Kennedy. The lady sitting next to Mr. Kennedy represents an area which, if I was partisan, would say was the finest area in Peel, but I wouldn't say that. It's Mrs. Mary Helen Spence, the councillor for Ward. Next to Mrs. Spence, the councillor serving his second term, and we're in his home territory tonight in Ward 3, Councillor Bud Gregory. Next to Councillor Gregory is a lady who has returned to office this year after a 3-year rest, Councillor Mrs. Kay Killaby from Ward 4. Next to Mrs. Killaby is the indefatigable Mayor of Malton, if that could be a term, Councillor Frank McKechnie from Ward 5. Next to Ward 5 is the councillor for Ward 6, and I think the man who has the distinction of having the most citizens within his ward, Councillor David Pell. Next to Councillor Cullum is a man who keeps coming back and does it well, a man who serves the area just south of where we are sitting here tonight, Councillor Ron Cyril. Next to Councillor Cyril is the man who serves the area which was previously the village of Port Credit, the place where I got my start, Councillor Hubert Wolf. Certainly a lady that needs no introduction after her activities serving her people in Streetsville, which is now Ward 10 in Mississauga, and somebody who I'm sure will never let the name Streetsville be forgotten for any more than about a second. The councillor for Streetsville, Hazel McKellar. Next to Councillor McCallion is the Member of Parliament for the Federal Parliament, Mr. Donald Glenforest. Next to Mr. Glencairn is the member of the provincial legislature who has many times used this podium in this auditorium. Next to Reverend Adams is Reverend Monsignor Kerr from St. Mary's Church in Port Credit. Next to Monsignor Kerr, you have already met Rabbi Joseph Feldman. I would now like to call on His Honor Judge B. Barry Shapiro to administer the oath of allegiance to Mayor Martin L. Dobkin.
Gentlemen, this is indeed a pleasure for me to re-administer the... we did it earlier this month, and the reason was in order to make the council operational and to have their deliberations proper. And ask the mayor now to please rise. And Mr. Mayor, if you would repeat after me. Having been elected to the office of mayor in the municipality of the City of Mississauga, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II. And in the members
Present to Mayor Dobkin his chain of office.
record that I didn't say. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor for me as Premier and as a citizen of Regional Peel to present to the new mayor of the new City of Mississauga, not just personally, but on your behalf, his chain of office. And in that, you will notice from the program, there is to be a short address from the Premier in a few moments. Mayor Dobkin, I will confine my remarks at this moment to wishing you well and presenting you with this chain of office. If I can find out really which is up and which is down. This way. You see, premiers don't get chains of office. You have to be a warden, a mayor, what have you. That doctor is...
Again, right in front here, please.
Right in front, but there are people behind.
Hopes that you will not have to use it too often. With the gavel goes a sounding board, and I've said it at the other inaugural meetings, so it's an old saying to some, but this sounding board won't be nearly as good for you as your Ratepayers Association.
Hazel McCallum.
the municipality of the City of Mississauga, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Queen Elizabeth II. Thank you.
All you honorable people up here and down there, coming from the deep south of this new city, we hear some...
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Premier, members of the clergy, members of the Council of the City of Mississauga, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. This evening is an historic event for the residents of Mississauga. Tonight we are celebrating the birth of the new city of Mississauga. Tonight I am filled with many emotions, but the greatest feeling I have is one of humility. Mr. Premier, we live in a great province, in a great country. In a great country where the son of an immigrant can achieve the position of mayor of a major city. The birth of the new city of Mississauga has come about because of Bill 138. The former towns of Streetsville, Port Credit, and Mississauga have been fused into a single entity. That entity is the 7th largest city in Canada. If I may be allowed, ladies and gentlemen, I should like to briefly trace the historical past of the 3 former towns. Mississauga began as a geographical entity in the year 1805, when, for the sum of 1,000 pounds, the Mississauga Indians sold a 71,000-acre parcel to the Crown. The town of Mississauga, formerly the Toronto Township, gradually grew up over the years. This was a gradual blending process, taking in smaller communities such as Clarkson, Lakeview, Meadowvale, Cooksville, Malton, Dixie, Arundel, etc. The town of Port Credit can trace its history to 1805. The village was formed in 1834, and the mouth of the Credit River was a beehive of many activities for many years. The town of Streetsville, also a Credit River community, was founded in 1818. Streetsville was the first settled village in the region of Peel. The fusion of all these former communities has resulted in commercial, residential, and industrial areas. The 3 original municipalities are each working toward the common goal of building a new Mississauga without destroying the older communities with their historic roots in early Ontario. Common utilities and services blended from those of Streetsville, Port Credit, and Mississauga will provide all residents of the city of Mississauga with services of the highest caliber, while council policies will ensure the retention of local spirit in the smaller communities which make up the urban whole. Mississauga will hopefully become a people city, a lovely environment in which to work and play. The residents of Mississauga can be assured that we have a good council for the new city, a council which has and will work together. We have had spirited discussion and lively debate on many issues, but this is a process which will provide the best government for the residents of the city of Mississauga. There are several policy areas or areas of concern in which the new council shall be looking to. Perhaps the biggest issue is the issue of development. What kind of a city do we want? The city council shall, over the next few months, be developing a comprehensive development policy. We shall have to blend the need for family housing with the need to build a family housing unit. Mr. Premier, we shall have to pressure the provincial government and the federal government into adopting a more responsive and active role in the provision of family housing. The fact that only 5% of our population can afford to buy a home today is a great tragedy, and perhaps the greatest injustice in the province of Ontario today. Public transportation is another area of concern, and the new council has begun to take measures to upgrade the public transportation system in this city. We must, and we shall, provide more recreational facilities for the young and the not so young. We have to see to it that the large development corporations operating in the city provide more in the line of recreational facilities,
than what they are now required to provide. This council is concerned with the plight of senior citizens. This council has already taken action to aid those pensioners in our city who are in financial need. This council is concerned with citizen participation in community affairs. We have already included citizens on 2 of our standing committees. A proposal for the provision of ward offices for councillors shall be considered very shortly. Mr. Premier, I don't have to tell you about the situation at the airport, and I shall be seeing you shortly about that. Another area of concern to which this council shall direct itself is the protection for the new home buyers against shoddy workmanship. City Council shall be debating possible solutions to this matter in the next few months. In summary, ladies and gentlemen, there are many problems and areas of concern to which the new City Council shall have.
Thank you, Your Worship. And I would now like to call on the Honorable William Davis, Premier of the Province of Ontario, member representing part of the City of Mississauga, and citizen of the region of Peel.
Dr. Dobkin, members of council, and ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Chairman, I must say that I listened very attentively to your initial opening remarks. I think it is one of the few meetings where a chairman of regional government has been associated with either the premier or the treasurer, that you didn't seize the occasion to bring 1 or 2 matters to our attention as to what the needs of the region were related to financial problems. But I noticed there's an informal reception afterwards, and I'm sure Mr. Parsons will seize that opportunity. We're ready. I have a feeling you were in to see Mr. Welch, the new Minister of Housing, yesterday, and perhaps you have the problems already solved, but I somehow doubt it because we have the initial task force report, which we're now assessing, but we're looking forward to working with you and your council. I just wanted to make a few brief observations tonight about You see, it says address, and when you say address, I really feel guilty if it doesn't take at least 3/4 of an hour. I want to make just a few brief observations, not about the history of Mississauga, the new city, and I have difficulty, as perhaps some of you do, with the term city. I unfortunately could not, and I confess, I do take holidays now and then, and I see a number of councillors from the new city of Brampton. I sent a telegram to their inaugural meeting, and I very fortunately had my close friend and colleague, the member from Peel South, who was there to represent me, and they gave him the telegram to read. And I think it will prove, Mr. Campbell, who is reporting here for the Times Conservator, that is one of the papers in the city of Brampton, that I did send it because the telegram was worded best wishes to the town of Brampton, and Doug, of course, very quickly inserted the word city so that no one noticed that obvious error made by your member on that particular occasion. In fact, I said facetiously when I came into the library tonight, it was great to be in Toronto Township, because this is how I grew up in this area, and not too far distant from here. So I'm not going to trace for you the history. I want to go back just a very few years to explain in a short period of time what has happened with respect to the reorganization of government in the county of Peel. And I think it is fair to state, Mr. Chairman, that it wasn't too many years ago that a number of publicly committed people in the county of Peel recognized that there was a need to restructure local government to meet what was not as obvious then, but is obvious today, the very significant urban pressures that have taken place and will continue to be exerted, more importantly on this occasion, as not as a citizen of the City of Mississauga, but as a citizen of the County of Peel, of which Mississauga is a rather significant part, to wish you, Mayor Dobkin, and the members of your council well, to say to you that you have the enthusiastic support, obviously, of the many people in this community, to recognize with you the difficulties that you will experience, but with the confidence that you and your colleagues will have the ability and the courage to deal with them in the manner that is necessary, and that we as residents of this county, and you in particular as citizens of Mississauga, can look forward with enthusiasm to this new city and the people that you elected to represent you.
Daughter of Councillor Budgregor. The next presentation is going to be made by a smaller young lady who's standing down there eager to get the job done. And it's 4 1/2-year-old Catherine Cullum, who's going to present some flowers to the general manager of my household. My wife is over here, I believe. Too bad that you folks in the back couldn't see these little sweethearts because they've done it. This evening, who have come from a great distance, and I see many faces in the audience who have come from a great distance, and also those citizens of this great city who have taken time this evening to share in a birthday party. That's really what this evening has been. I would now like to call upon Reverend David Adams for benediction.
Remarks. I'd like to ask all of you to stand with me for the benediction, please. Our heads in prayer. Let us return now to the work that is ours. Let us remember the peace and the love which we are challenged with. Let us not fail to show to all persons the new life that is already among us. Let us have courage and let us hold on to what is good. Let us return no man evil for evil. Let us strengthen those who fall and support the weak. Let us care for the poor and the suffering and honor all men. Let us love and serve the Lord and each other and be happy in the power of the Spirit. And may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you his peace this day and forevermore.
Ladies and gentlemen, to remain standing while the pipers pipe the platform guests out of the hall. And of course, you are invited to join in the reception and the lighting of the candle for the birth of this new city.